So I've completed most of my other tasks, so I think it's time now to make some chicken in a crock pot. So, to start with my fantastic chicken in a crock pot recipe, which is the most simplistic, basic thing imaginable, I'm going to get one yellow onion. I don't really know why I use onions in my cooking because I don't really like onions, but it just feels like everything should have onions in it. Whenever you cook something, it just always seems like onions go in there for some reason to make it taste like onions. So I'm now going to cut up the onion. Try not to get all of the onion juice in my eyes when I do this. These are actually pretty spicy onions. Hey, maybe I can do a cooking show. Wouldn't that be hilarious? I hate peeling onions and cutting them up, but running water on it helps a little. Alright, I've peeled the onion. The cat wanted to go outside. Alright, so now we're going to cut up this onion into relatively small pieces. This is the part that gets really bad. Squinting. Onions, I hate cutting onions. Good enough. Dump it all in the crock pot. So now the bottom of the crock pot is covered with little pieces of onions. Let's sort of break up the little pieces so they're all like individual pieces. The point is not really to eat the onions, it's just to give it flavor. Look at me talking like I know anything about cooking. The other purpose of the onions is just to coat the bottom of the crock pot. Okay, now I'm going to get the chicken. Alright, I have 3 chicken breasts here. Which is beyond the sell-by date. I have a bad habit of buying, like, chicken and then, like, forgetting to cook it. I do the same thing with bananas. I buy bananas and then I forget to eat the bananas. And grapes. Well, it still smells okay. Kind of. Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm gonna wash them off. Normally I don't wash the chicken before I just dump it in there, but when they get kind of old, I do. So if I drop dead, you'll know exactly why I died from watching this video, because of the chicken that I'm putting in here right this moment. It's only like 3 days over the thing, so it should be fine. I have eaten chicken that far over before. Everybody knows they're super conservative on those date estimates. Okay, so we got onions in there. We got 3 chicken breasts in there. Now for the secret ingredient. The secret ingredient is chicken cooking stock. Wait, is that mirrored? Is that reversed? Have I been recording reversed this whole time? Well, I hope you can read that on the video. I feel like, so on the preview screen, that is totally mirrored. But I'm hoping that when it saves the video, it's not mirrored. I'm pretty sure it's not mirrored when it's saving the video. I guess we'll find out for sure when we try to read that. This is unsalted chicken stock. So what I learned in my initial experiments with crock pots is that if you just throw meat in there and you don't put any kind of liquid in there, the meat turns out really, really dry. So initially I thought that I would just put water in there. But then I thought, hey, what about cooking stock? Chicken stock, that would make it, that would add more flavor. Maybe? I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm going completely on instinct. Now I'm going to dump a bunch of Southwest Chipotle salt-free Mrs. Dash into the pot. I don't know if this helps, but I'm putting it in there. Wow, I just dumped a whole bunch in there. I think that was more than I needed. I'm trying to avoid salt, but I'm going to put a little bit of salt in here too, because all of this stuff is unsalted. I have high blood pressure, so I'm really not supposed to have salt. What else? Oh yes, the next thing I dump in there is diced basil, garlic, and oregano tomato. Diced tomatoes. Two cans. Two cans in one. I just dump them right in there on top. There's a funny looking tomato in that one. I guess that's a piece of onion or something. Adds more flavor, adds more liquid. I like tomatoes. I don't think my body likes tomatoes, but I like tomatoes. I think that's it. There's not much to it. The point is to cook the chicken. It's really, the rest of the stuff around it is just whatever. Doesn't really matter. So let's put the lid on the crock pot. Let's plug the crock pot in. Let's put the crock pot in the heating thing. Turn it on low. And we are done. It is almost 11 o'clock. We are finished with cooking chicken for tonight's supper and many days in the future's supper. And it's supper that is not processed food. Not too much processed food, at least. Not too salty. And when I take it out of there, I usually put like shredded cheese on it. That makes it better. Shredded cheese makes everything better.